Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. I want to do a quick video to discuss Walmart retail and what I am seeing in the market. It appears everybody is pretty bullish. Everyone's got pretty bullish, except me. Like everyone thinks like, okay, we're at the mid or tail end of this, and I honestly think that we are at the beginning of whatever is going to happen, whatever is going to transpire here, right? And there's a lot. I got some data to back me up, okay? But let's get into what's going on with Walmart right now. So out of nowhere, it's not earnings, it's nothing. They come out and say, hey, we're going to cut profit guidance. Inflation's getting out of control here. It says the increasing levels of food and fuel inflation are affecting how customers spend. And while we've made good progress clearing hardline categories, apparel in Walmart US is requiring more markdown dollars. Now, this is I would say very important, okay? Because everybody is saying, from politicians, everybody, hey, the consumer is strong. Everybody has jobs. Unemployment is at a record low 3%. This has never happened in history. And, this is what I've been waiting for is like, when is it going to start hitting consumers? It was reported CPI came in at 9.1%. And that was a miss based on expectations. And, everyone just thinks everything's going to be okay. I mean, even earlier today, they're like, hey, recession's not going to come out. Biden, Yellen, everyone's saying there's going to be no recession. We see no recession. Okay. And that's because, everyone's looking at what happened in the past, a month before, a quarter before, but Walmart is issuing the first time what's going to be happening here in the future. And if you go on to Target recently, they have major clearances on like toys, like the Jurassic World toys that just came out a month ago, brand new ones. They're like 50% off. I mean, this is crazy. But people say, hey, this is bad. This is exactly what we need, and the Fed is doing exactly. The Fed knows what they're doing, okay? And not saying entirely. I'm saying when slowing the economy and raising rates, they know what they're doing. They were way too slow, but that's a different story. The Fed doesn't know what they're doing in regards of acting fast. Acting slow, they got down pat, and to slow down inflation, to curb buying, they're starting to show impact here. And Walmart is, obviously at the forefront of this. And they did have, Walmart did have a terrible earnings last quarter. And this was back in May, right? And May was a disaster. We went from 150 a share all the way down to 117, and we started to have a little bit of recovery. And right now, the stock is trading at 119. So we're at 119 after hours here. The 52-week low here, 117. So we're back to the lows. All this happened over the last 2 months. Gone. It's gone. It's completely wiped out. And and like I've been saying for some time, like the companies are starting to manage their stock and PR. Like, this is not earnings. They're starting to say, hey, this is going to be bad, because they think it's going to be way worse than what it is right now, right? Why would you say during not even earnings or no reason to, no one's looking for you to say anything, out of the blue say, hey, guidance is going to be down, we're lowering guidance, inflation's hurting our business? Why would you say that? Because it's going to get way worse. They're trying to soften the blow now, and that's exactly what a lot of these companies did. Hey, it's pretty bad, like Netflix. Hey, we're expecting 2 million lost subscribers, but we only lost 1 million. 1 million's okay. The stock rallied off that because, hey, it's not as bad as we thought. And that's the same thing Walmart and these companies are starting to do. So it's going to get harder and harder and harder to trade, because these could happen at any minute. You're thinking to yourself, hey, Walmart could go back up. Walmart is starting to recover. Walmart just crossed over the 50-day. It's riding the 10-day straight up. This thing is looking bullish. Then out of nowhere, within minutes, you're back to the 52-week low, which is crazy. Target dropped, everything, retail in general. But this is what I've been looking for. Now, the Fed. I am not going to be, for me personally, I am not going to be getting bullish until the Fed slows down. This Wednesday, we are going to have the Fed announcement at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, Powell is going to have a press conference. So this is going to be very important because they're going to tell us. I mean, we're expecting right now a 75 basis point, another 75 basis points. Says there's a 20% chance of a 100-point rate hike right now. So we're expecting 75, but I mean, think about it this way. The Fed started off with 25 basis points, then they went to 50 basis points. Now they're at 75. And if they do another 75, last month we had 75, we're doing another 75 this month. So the Fed is not slowing down. They're looking to crush inflation. But what do you have to do to crush inflation? You have to crush demand. You have to crush demand. That's what Walmart and these retailers are starting to see right now, crushing demand. And that's what we want to see, but at the same time, these retailers and a lot of these companies are going to be hurt, and that's why we're starting to see layoffs and everything. The thing with this, why it comes full circle, is because when you crush demand, when you crush the buyers, that provides less money to the company. And when you provide less money to the company, those jobs are at risk. So when you spend money at a company, let's say I'm spending money at Walmart, I'm supporting Walmart, I'm supporting the people that work there. If I stop spending money at Walmart, I stop spending, basically supporting that company. In return, stop supporting the people that work there, where they have now too many workers because they really ramped, during the, the pandemic and after that, with a massive stimulus coming into 2021, Fed kept buying. We came into basically demand was too hot. We didn't have enough workers. Now we're going to start having the other way, the reversal. Way too many workers, less demand. The problem is those layoffs come, then those people cannot buy anything because they don't have a job, right? And that's where we're going to start seeing things slow down, especially like in housing, auto sales. This is retail sales. I mean, obviously Target's taking a hit too. Target came down from 157 down to 149 here after hours, and the low is in at 137. I mean, so we're going to be in some interesting times here. I'm not saying like you should panic or anything, but just be mindful that where we're at right now, I believe we're at the forefront of whatever this reset or transition is, or recession, or whatever you want to call it. Right now, housing's still very high. However, those things are starting to come down. Prices are starting to come down in housing. Price cuts are starting to come down, and more supply is coming right now in housing at a 3-month supply. Looking, hopefully, for home buyers, not necessarily home sellers, we can get up to like 6 to 12 month supply. Now, if we can get to 6 to 12 month supply, you're definitely gonna see a more competitive market for the people that are selling that, and if they're in competition to sell, they're gonna lower their pricing. Now, we're gonna kind of see how everything goes here. Hopefully, there's not gonna be massive layoffs, but I'm watching the unemployment. I'm watching what the companies are doing here, but this is going to start to become a trend where companies are making less money. They have too much supply, too many people. They're going to have to cut back unless something changes. And going into this, the Fed is still super aggressive with 75 basis points. So if you watch this video to the end, leave a comment below. Let me know if you watched to the end. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us first, sir.